All right, Miles, one of the big matchups of the weekend that you and I talked about before the game, and of course, I think was on everybody's mind, was the Miami Dolphins going to the San Francisco 49ers. This was seen as a matchup of two potential Super Bowl contenders. And well, 49ers fans, you have to feel pretty darn good how this turned out for you, especially considering the fact that quarterback Jimmy G went down with an injury in the first half. But I tell you what, that backup came in and he looked pretty good, if you ask me. But Miles, I know you got some stuff you want to talk about, but 49ers fans, let us know in the comments section below. This was a great overall team win, offense, defense. Everybody stepped up after Jimmy G got hurt. Give us your MVP for this massive 49ers win in the comment section below. But Miles, give me your thoughts on this huge San Francisco W.
Yeah, Nick, if I'm San Francisco, I'm glad it was Brock Purdy and not Brock Osweiler because that might have been a little bit of a different game. But, Nick, of course, we would have never said that Miami had a chance. We always knew the 49ers had this game in the bag, but nonetheless, this defense was just suffocating. Joey Bosa went off. He got like 3 sacks. They got 3 interceptions. And the Dolphins simply couldn't stop the game plan. We talked about this earlier, a lot of short passes. Obviously, McCaffrey is the leading receiver, leading rusher. They traded a lot for him. They're going to use him, so they used him very, very well. Purdy came in to the perfect game plan for a young quarterback to start in their first game. Kind of just, dump it off, quick passes, get it going, get it down the field. And the 49ers, like we said, have playmakers all over the field. On both sides of the ball, they have like some of the best players in the NFL on all sides of the ball. We talked about this in a video we did earlier last week. So this is surprising because the Dolphins, I would expect them to put more of a fight up. But it's also not surprising when you look how good this 49ers defense is. It's championship ready, Nick. They've cemented themselves now as one of the top contenders, if not the top contender in the NFC. I don't see, if they can execute a game plan like this, I don't see how someone can stop them.
No, I think, and I've said this before, I think they're better than Philly. I think they're better than Dallas. I think they're better than Minnesota. Excuse me. I think they're the best team in the NFC right now. And I think they're actually going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. That's how good I think of this 49ers team. Because you look at their line of scrimmage, that's how they dominate people. The Miami Dolphins ran for a total of 33 yards today, 33 total. And I get it, they fell behind early and things like that. But still, that is a terribly low total for a team like the Miami Dolphins, coached by Mike McDaniel from that Shanahan system. They want to run the football. The 49ers shut that down, and this defense forced Miami Dolphins quarterbacks into 4 turnovers, 2 picks. The backup Skylar Thompson threw a pick at the end of the game, and obviously with the strip sack that resulted in defensive touchdown for San Francisco. Like you alluded to, that's how you win games in the playoffs. Defense, offensive line, running the football, smart game planning, getting the ball to your playmakers, keeping it simple. The 49ers are so scary good at doing this. We saw this last year in the playoffs. They beat Dallas. They beat Green Bay in Green Bay. They were this close to beating the Rams in the NFC Championship game. And I think they're even healthier this year than they were last year. Now, we will be we'll be keeping our eye on Jimmy G's injury. I don't know how severe it is. Hopefully it's not too severe because I think Jimmy G is obviously better than Brock Purdy. But this roster, this team around the San Francisco 49ers is scary good.
Yeah, Neg. And I mean, I don't know if it matters at this point in the season. Jimmy G could probably miss a couple of games, and I think this 49ers team could win still. They have, like you said, such a good offensive line. They're so good on defense in the running game. They could bust out a couple wins, but I'm not sure on the status of Jimmy G's injury. It didn't look like horrible. Maybe they were like, oh, we got this in the bag. We're just going to put Purdy in and, run the game plan. Anyone can run this game plan. But going down the stretch, though, for the 49ers, thankfully, you got Tampa, which I think is a winnable game. Seattle is a winnable game. The Commanders, they're getting a little bit frisky, but I think that's also a winnable game. Raiders, Cardinals. So there's a lot of games down the stretch that I think no one has faced a defense like this 49ers defense, so I think that they can come in and beat up on some of these teams. The ones I see giving them trouble, maybe Tampa Bay gets it going, but I really don't see too many of these teams putting up a fight against the 49ers.
And even if they lose some of these games, even if they barely eke out the division title or something like that, only get to 10 wins or something like that, when they're healthy, which is what they think they're gearing to, right? They are about as unstoppable as any team. Christian McCaffrey is a matchup nightmare. Deebo Samuel's a matchup nightmare. Kyle Juszczyk is a matchup nightmare. And of course, George Kittle, we keep forgetting about him because of all the other playmakers they have. He's unbelievable too. They literally have the perfect team makeup to make a deep playoff run. That's what people keep sleeping on the San Francisco 49ers team. As long as they get in the playoffs, which I think they will, they are as dangerous and, in my opinion, the most dangerous team in the NFC. So if I'm a 49ers fan right now, I'm feeling it. Even though your starting quarterback is hurt, as weird as that sounds, I have to feel really great about myself.